Explain how I converted my oil bath air cleaner on my 1955 Ford Thunderbird with a 292 engine, framing it away from oil bath to a dry filter. It was very oily, very dirty. Cleaned it all up, which took forever. That was probably the hardest part. And repainted it. The chrome is obviously not good on this particular one. And I've got the nut off of it. But anyway, it looks very original the way it is. And what I did is, and I'll show you in a minute when we go to the front of the car, I liberated the jute-like material that holds the oil that was crimped, a large piece here which is crimped all the way around. And you can see half of this crimp is liberated, it's been cut off. And then I removed it, I cleaned this, I left the prongs here because it actually gives me the perfect height. And so what I've got here is a cap. I have a little bit of rubbery mastic here. I don't think it's maybe necessary, but you can really seal it if you want to. But what I did, this is a Rubbermaid cap off of a container right here, and here's the top. Before I did anything, I cut this off with the Dremel, the little prongs here, punched a hole in the center, and cut out for this part of the carburetor right here. And this particular one, I'll show you the package in a minute. It fits on there actually perfect. You can make it out of a sheet of thin aluminum, which I might make another one just to see how it fits or how it looks. And but it would be just completely flat. But this fits on there really good. In fact, even on these prongs here, when it's upside down like this, it fits just perfect on the prongs. And the filter that I have, it'll rest right around here like that, so it gives a good seal. So I left the prongs alone. I only cut half this, so if someone wanted to put this back to be the original oil bath, they could slip that piece that I'll show you in a minute all the way back in here, and it would stay in place, and then flip it upside down and take the filter off, and you'd be back to original. This is the filter right here. I forget the Wix number, but that's the filter that I use, Prime Line it's called, and it fits in here perfectly. So what happens is I unscrew this right here, and it's actually got a little washer on it, and then this just sits on here. So that's where I cut it. That's the center hole. It fits right on there, flat all the way around, seals it. And then here's the air clamp. This is, nothing's been changed with this piece here, except that I've got all the oil out of it and I've painted it. So anyway, so you add this and you add this, and that's it. So I'll show you over here in front of the car. Take all of this with me and show you how I did it here. So here's the particular Rubbermaid that I bought. That's the container. There were 3 of them for $5. So I can use the other ones for food or whatever. But that's the particular, let's see, it got a number on it. But anyway, that's what it is right here. You can measure the measurements. It ends up being, the filter here is 7 inches diameter. So it's, and I got it at Walmart. And so what we have is, this is the old oil bath. So, and here's the piece that I liberated with a Dremel and a cutoff wheel. Have to be careful when you do it to just go through the top crimp and not into the other. Just real gently go along little by little. I did half of the circumference, and so I liberated this piece right here, which is there, and then cut back here. And once I did it, I did file it down where it wouldn't be sharp, and so there's no sharp edges on it because the stainless or the metal is fairly sharp. So this piece here, came out of here. You can see where it crimped in like that. So anyway, I don't get it all dirty, but it was in like this, and then that went inside of here. So this made contact with the bottom, and that gives you your height, which ends up having an opening of about 3/8 of an inch between this lead and between here. That's where your air comes in all the way around. So got rid of this by cutting it. Once you cut it off, you can tap on this with a hammer, and it will slide out. And then I cleaned it. And I used a punch here. You can drill it or something. I used a little punch with a hammer to punch my hole in the center. And I used the punch to make 4 corners and to use then my Dremel to cut out the little opening. Not quite perfect. You could make it a little better with making a template out of paper and make it fit very, very good. And this is a piece of aluminum, which I might make another one, thin piece of aluminum. And in that event, I would take this and put it on here and draw around it, cut with my tin snips, and then drill a hole in the center, and then cut out the little square for the carburetor. Similar type of a situation. So anyway, that's how it works. And this just fits in here, and this fits on top of it. And then you put the lid on, and that's it. It ends up giving you an opening around here that's about 3/8 of an inch high when it's on the car, which is about where it was when it was an oil bath.
Flip it over, show them that the air filter fits tight with the top on. We'll show them the air filter fits tight with the top on. Flip it over.
With what?
Put the top back on it. Flip it over. And you see that the air filter does not move. It is tight in there.
Yeah, it'll be held because once you put the wing nut on, it's compressing everything together, so it stays put. And if there was not to be enough airflow, I thought about it. I did the calculation. This opening is something like half or so of what the total opening, total of the area of the outside of the air cleaner is. It's about half of it or so. And you could put, I didn't do it, I don't think it's necessary, but if it were to be necessary, I could, and that is drill with a circle driller some holes in the back where you didn't see it. And I figured out that I put a 1-inch diameter hole. Each one has about 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 square inch. So I could increase that opening about 25% for every 7 holes I had. So I could put about 7 holes in the back and get another 25% airflow through it, if they would be necessary, which I doubt it. Not trying to make a race car out of it. But that could be done. I didn't do it yet. I may do it, but I don't think I'll have to. I'll leave it original if possible. And so anyway, that's how it's done. It's fairly simple. Hardest thing is cleaning it, like I said, and maybe cutting this out. And the rest that's real simple, and just buy the part. So anyway, that's my conversion. Okay. Yeah.
All done?
Mm-hmm.
Off.